diapers for skiing.
Yes, they probably.
I know, that's like something ever since I went skiing as a kid, I wished I had a diaper on.
My first skiing experience, I was on the little slopes.
True.
I was headed out to the road because I couldn't stop.
Oh.
Next thing I know, I was on gravel. And there were cars going back and forth in front of me. I'm like, whoops.
I know. I lied. I was like probably 10 years old and I went on a ski trip, like an overnight ski trip, and I said I'd skied before because I didn't want to be on the beginner slope. So I said, yeah, I've skied lots of times. Oh my God. I went on this, and I made this other little girl my age lie too. I should have a French fry for this. And we went up to this. It took us like 5 hours to get down. That's why I was praying for diapers. I was like, wow. Get away from me. Oh, it was. I'm a water skier, not a snow skier. The movie The Last Temptation of Christ was released on this day. I actually saw that at the Ziegfeld Theater.
Ooh, very nice.
Premiere, yeah.
Nice.
That was so cool. That was like where henna tattoos started. Did you ever see The Last Willem Dafoe?
Probably, yeah.
That was a good movie.
Probably long ago.
1988. Oh my gosh, that's how long ago that movie is, and I still remember some of it. He was a very good Jesus. Aaron Marshall completes a record shower of 336 hours on this day. Oh, he must have been so clean, right?
A little wrinkly.
Gosh. Yankees Mickey Mantle and Whitey Ford become the first teammates elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame on the same day.
I actually saw them play.
Together?
Yeah.
Aww. Old Calcutta. Is anybody old enough to know Old Calcutta? That's the first show that they all got totally naked on Broadway. I remember my parents saw it, and I was just like, I had the coolest parents on the planet. But of course they had to advertise the fact that they saw Old Calcutta.
Of course.
Yeah, I wish I did. It closed on this day after 1,316 performances. Wow. The last American combat ground troops left Vietnam on this day. Wow. And look where we are today. Oh, yeah. Come on, government. Another Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle switch hits home run record 10th and final time in a game on this day.
So Mickey Mantle was a switch hitter.
Yeah. Okay. First time 2 people ever were in space was on this day in 1962, if you believe in the space thing. President Eisenhower, this is funny, raises the minimum wage from 75 cents an hour to $1 an hour.
Thank God.
Wow, can you imagine? Now we want, what, 15 an hour?
Yeah.
It's about time. Ann Davidson was the first woman to sail solo across the Atlantic and arrives in Miami in 1953. Now, what is going on with all these kids getting lost at sea? Like, come on. It's happening too much these days. Like, little kids are going out on boats and not coming home.
Yeah, if you hang around the shore, there's a lot of parents that let their kids out on the boats.
Yeah, and without life jackets.
Yeah.
It's like having your dog without a leash. That's what it reminds me of. You know, like, it's not about, like, the times that nothing happens. It's like Jersey. Don't they not wear helmets?
No.
Do they wear helmets or Connecticut? They don't wear helmets. Yeah, one of these states. Come on, guys. You know, it's not for the days that you don't fall. Babe Ruth's final game at Fenway Park. 41,766 people were on hand.
Wow.
This was his last day. And his candy bar, is it still alive, the Babe Ruth?
I eat them regularly.
Really? So they're still there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Wings, the only silent film to ever win an Oscar for Best Picture, opened on this day. Did anyone ever see Wings? I thought it was Paul McCartney's band in 1927. Sounds about right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Paul. Dedication of Frederick Douglass's home in Washington, D.C. as a national shrine happened on this day. Absolutely. Picasso, Max Jacob, Kisling, Ortiz, Pacoret were all photographed on this day in Paris. Wow. Who knew, right? That was 1916. Who ever knew that those were going to become, well, Picasso. Like, which name here does not fit?
Max Jacob, we all know him.
Yeah, exactly. But come on. Picasso is like,
Picasso.
He was like the first Madonna.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, Cher, right?
Yeah,
Picasso, I know, exactly. Of Human Bondage by William Somerset Maugham was published on this day. Things don't change, right? We're still talking about that stuff. Thomas Edison invents the Edison phone, a sound recording device, on this day in 1877. What would we have done without Thomas Edison? We wouldn't be here doing this, that's for sure.
And look where we are today.
Yeah. Beam me up, Scotty.
That's it.
Exactly. Isaac Singer patents the sewing machine on this day. Any sewers in the room? Yeah? I use safety pins to this day. I mean, I love sewing machines, but they don't love me. First war between American colonists and the Indians, we're allowed to say it, it's written that way, ended in New England on this day. Oh my God, 1676. I wonder whose pipe was being smoked that day.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, those colonists.
How do we get along now?
Yeah, peace pipe, right? We won. First U.S. Police Corps formed in New Amsterdam on this day. We all know where New Amsterdam is. Isn't that Harlem?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Venus, Jupiter in conjunction made the Star of Bethlehem on this day in the year 3.
Okay.
Now, so Jesus was 3? That makes no sense to me at
It's all
all.
very confusing.
Because all that calendar is bullshit, to be honest with you. Don't you think? It is. I mean, how do they know what year any year really is? We could just switch it. They tried to switch the planets. They tried to switch the zodiac. We have a schedule now and it works and it's fine. I have no problem with that. But the origin of it,
Yeah, how do you figure it out?
I just don't know.
They found a new planet, though. That's cool.
Yeah, and then they'll change it to a moon, you know. So
Not really a planet.
if we feel it sounds like birthdays. Dominic Swan. Anybody remember her? She was the Lolita, the pretty little girl. Yes. Didn't she eat some bananas or something?
I think I married her.
Oh, really? Well, you might. You are the Seven Dwarfs' father.
Yes, it might have been one of the 15.
It might have been Snow White.
Yes.
Exactly. Casey Affleck's birthday is today. Oh, thank God he's not going through the tabloids like his brother. Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Anybody know that rapper? Well, it's his birthday today. Yeah. Pete Sampras' birthday is today. Oh, I know. Good old Pete Sampras. Pete DeFreitas, the rocker of Echo and the Bunnymen. His birthday is today. And Roy Hay, the guitarist from Culture Club's birthday is today. Morty Black. Does anyone know who he is? He was a heavy metal rocker from Tennessee. I like Morty Black, yes.
Wow.
Suzanne Vega.
Yeah.
My name is Luca. Happy birthday, Suzanne Vega. I wish you'd come visit us one day. We would really like that. You are a local NYC artist. I know.
Yes, she is.
She is. And, your name is Luca. Pat Metheny, the jazz guitarist as Wichita Falls. His birthday is today. Kid Creole, born in the Bronx, just like me. His birthday is today. George Hamilton. He is having like a renaissance right now, George Hamilton.
Checking my tan
Your
out.
tan? Someone I know saw him on the street a couple weeks ago, and she had to call her sister to say, I see that tan guy.
How
And
can you
it's
miss
like
him?
George Hamilton. But he's like on every reality show right
Yeah.
now. He's like on like 3 of them, I
Yeah.
think. I know. Good for you. I mean, he was the original vampire, so
Keeps it going.
he really might be. He might sleep in a coffin all day. With tanning, that might be his trick. And Buck Owens. Who remembers Buck Owens from Hee-Haw? His birthday is today, yeah. And angels, people who passed away on this day, we like to celebrate them as well. Ed Hedrick, the inventor of the Frisbee.
Ah.
He passed away on August 12th at 80 years old, so he had fun with that Frisbee. Loretta Young, you remember Loretta Young? Wasn't she married to Father Knows Best, or is that another person?
Robert Young.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
That's close.
It seems like
You
it.
assumed. Right.
Loretta Young. Well, she was the bishop's wife. Her name is so familiar. Luther Allison, a blues performer, just because blues performer, died of cancer at 57 years old. Yeah. John Cage, the avant-garde composer, died of a stroke on this day. Henry Fonda. I can't believe they say on Golden Pond. It's like of all movies, right? Isn't that crazy? I know. He's done like only endless and endless and endless, but he did that one with Little Jane, so, you know. He died at 77. And Ian Fleming, the journalist and creator of James Bond, he died at 56 years old. He didn't even get to see what happened to James Bond.
It's unbelievable.
I know. Maybe he does see. Do you see? Do you see, Mr. Bond? I know.
Yes, we do.
Goldfinger. I mean, yeah, it changed everything, those movies, right?
I remember seeing the first ones and got me quite excited.
I just like, what's his name? Kujak?
Odd Job.
Yes. I know somebody that I actually call Odd Job, and I just can't, he's like a mixture of Odd Job, Bluto, and like a whole bunch of other ones like that. The Hulk. William Blake, the poet painter, he died at 69 on this day as well. And that's enough of that. You ready to meet some people?
I'm ready to meet some people.
You brought a lot of people. Do you want to try a French fry?
I'll have one.
All right. You got a tiny skeleton? Have you been up to anything naughty?
Not really.
What about when you were 5?
When I was 5, I stole grapes off a table at my aunt's house.
Oh, there you go. Were they plastic or real?
They were real, and I'm still feeling guilt over it. But I'm in therapy, so I'll be fine.
Well, have a fry for that.
Thank you. I will.
And you want to push a button to get us going?
Oh, yeah.
That's how we roll. We'll be right back on Rowan Who. Yeah. All right.
What's that you say? You must be an angel.